Hi everyone, I hope you all are doing well. This is Radhika here again, and this video is going to be about love that manifests at the level of the sacral chakra, which is also called as the Swadhisthana chakra in Sanskrit. So, I'm going to divide this video into three parts. So, first, we will try to understand how love manifests when sacral chakra is underflowing or it's not balanced, its energy is depleted or it's poor in its energy. Next, we will discuss how does it manifest when sacral chakra is overflowing. That is, there's a lot of energy in this center. Energy is kind of trapped in this center, not able to move ahead to the next chakra, which is the Manipur chakra or solar plexus chakra. And then in the end, we can discuss how love will manifest when some person's sacral chakra is balanced in a good state, in a balanced state. So let's start with the underflow. So, before going there, let me just give you some introduction about the sacral chakra. So, the sacral chakra is the second chakra, and it mainly deals with desire. So, in the root chakra, consciousness is just trying to survive, and at the sacral chakra it's an evolution of consciousness, and at the sacral chakra consciousness actually is trying to enjoy other consciousness around it. So it's a center of desire, it's a center of enjoyment, of pleasure, where consciousness wants to use other consciousness to pleasure itself or enjoy being, enjoy the beingness of life. So that is basically the basis of this center, where there's enjoyment of other things, but the enjoyment is not very evolved yet. So it can also be use or misuse of other things, unless it's like balanced by some higher energy. The use can be in a very manipulative way, just for one's own pleasure. It's not a give and take of pleasure. So yeah, so it's mostly like misuse or abuse, etc., when it's unbalanced. But in the balanced state, it's a symbiotic relationship. So it's like use from both the sides for pleasure in a balanced way, in a consensual way, where both the parties are agreeing that this play that we do, we are enjoying with it. We are like gaining some enjoyment from it. So yeah, so just a prior warning, if you are like underage, I don't know what underage for YouTube is, maybe like below 18, this does go into like some physical aspects, because this chakra does deal with sexuality and sensuality. So yeah, those will be some themes in this video. So if you don't want to see it, you can stop watching it now. But yeah, it's definitely for information purposes only. It's not for enjoyment, or it's nothing gross. Basically, it's just like informational. So yeah, that is the sacral chakra. It has mostly to do with creativity, sexuality, sensuality, enjoying desires, pleasure, etc. So like all the um what do you say, like pleasure seeking behavior, it comes from this sacral chakra. So yeah, when this chakra is underflowing, as in when energy doesn't really stay in the sacral chakra, or maybe people have some like qualms about it, because in a lot of cultures, sexuality is like being sexual or being sensual is frowned upon. There's like this whole Madonna whore complex in a lot of cultures, where people are not supposed to be sexual, people are not supposed to be sensual, they have to be a certain way, they have to be pious, etc. So what happens is, for a lot of people, they have a lot of guilt surrounding their own sexuality or sensuality. And that guilt is because of, like, it can be because of n number of factors. Actually, you can't it will differ from person to person. But if a person has a lot of guilt, and if there is a very deep rooted preconditioning that the person has, that this is wrong, I should not do this, or I should not desire, I always have to starve myself of desire, of food, of sex, of pleasure, sensory pleasure, or maybe of money, or anything, status, wealth, etc. So if a person has all of these preconditions, what it does is it blocks the sacral chakra, it blocks the energy there. So for such a person, love, for them, manifests in a very dry way. So if you're with a person who does not have good balance or underflowing sacral chakra, that person, they will not be interested in sex, they will not be interested in intimacy, they will not be interested in sensuality, they will not be interested in enjoying life. Basically, they'll be very like, get the work done kind of an attitude. And there will be less pleasure, basically, maybe in the way they live, in the way they talk, in the way they eat. It doesn't matter to them, they can eat the same thing every meal, every day. Just hold on 1 minute. Sorry, that was someone calling my phone. I'll call them later. So yeah, basically, it'll be a very dry sort of a relationship, and you might have to kind of coax this person into being okay with their desires. So so when sacral chakra is underflowing, um, this is what happens. It leads to a very ascetic sort of a lifestyle, where the person doesn't want to enjoy, doesn't want to live life, they want to stay in their comfort zone. Maybe they don't want to express themselves creatively or sexually or in any way. Um, so yeah, that's when sacral chakra underflows. Now, what happens when sacral chakra overflows? So when sacral chakra overflows, there is excess of desire. There is that like gluttony, where if there's a chocolate cake, this person would will want to eat all the pieces. Like one piece will not satisfy. So it becomes like a gluttonous or addictive behavior, where the person can't really do without the thing of his or her desire. And this thing can be anything. It can be food, it can be sex, it can be porn, it can be alcohol, it can be drugs, it could also be work. Even work can be addictive to some people. So they are actually showing up in their sacral chakra overflowing in this way, and work is a very mundane thing, but for most people, but still they will be addicted to it. So yeah, when sacral chakra is overflowing, there is a lot of addiction, like addiction, gluttony. It also manifests as jealousy, wanting something that others have. So there's this feeling that whatever I have, it's not enough. There's always that perpetual feeling of lack, that what I have is not enough, what that person has, that is what I need. So that's why, like, this there's this term like player behavior, where a person is just like changing partners again and again and again, because they can't get enough. Like, one partner is not enough, so they have one partner, they leave them, they go to the other one, then they go to the other one. So that's like gluttony in terms of relationships. um, because and it's also a sort of addiction. And when it overflows, most of the time the object of desire, uh, it becomes just an object. So even if this person actually needs another person to be with, or like they have many girlfriends one after the other, so every girlfriend or every boyfriend for this kind of a person, they are just an object to derive pleasure from. So a lot of narcissistic people are usually in their sacral chakra, where they do not have any regard for the supply, the narcissistic supply they get. As soon as they see that this supply is not giving me what I need anymore, they will just discard and move on. So, a lot of narcissistic behavior shows up in the sacral chakra, especially in the overflow of sacral chakra. And now let's talk about like balanced sacral chakra. So when a person has balanced sacral chakra, love manifests in a very sensual and erotic way. Like it'll be like a love that you cannot ignore. It's like the perfect woman or the perfect man whom everyone wants to be with. So when a person's sacral chakra is balanced, it's extremely attractive to the other energy. So if you're feminine energy, the masculine really gets attracted to you, and if you're more in your masculine energy, the feminine really gets attracted to you. So they are like the perfect lover. They can satisfy you, they can give you pleasure, they can get pleasure from you. It's a very balanced, equal give and take. What people say, like the divine masculine and divine feminine, it a lot of it manifests in the sacral chakra. That's why, like, many people who have been in narcissistic relationships, they will say that, oh, but when I met them, I thought they are the perfect lover. And that's because they do have a lot of energy in the sacral chakra. Sometimes it might have been balanced at the start of your relationship, and that's why you felt this. You felt this soulmate sort of a connection, or a connection like they are the perfect person, I can't lose them, etc. And then when their energy overflows or underflows, they can literally use you and then just throw you away, discard you without any notice. So that is what happens when a person's sacral chakra energy goes up and down in a relationship. But if you keep it balanced, then definitely you can stay in that good lover energy. And it doesn't always have to be sexual, this energy, because once you balance your higher chakras, what happens is, um, even people who have extremely balanced sacral chakras, they do love people, they still are good lovers, but the love then is not um, just for physicality. The love goes beyond physicality. The love goes through physicality into the spiritual realm. So then you can actually have like kundalini awakenings, or what people say, that when you are physically intimate with someone, your chakras they align, and basically you are sharing your energy in a very intimate way in the act, and that can like trigger spiritual progress in a person, that can change the person overnight. So yeah, those are like the kundalini awakenings and tantra and everything. It goes very deep into this topic. But yeah, that's how energy or love manifests at the sacral chakra level in different ways. So yeah, this is the series on love and how it manifests in the different chakras. So this was the video on sacral chakra, and I hope you guys found this helpful. Please, guys, stay healthy, stay well. And as always, I'm so thankful for your support to the members of this channel. Um, Thank you again from the bottom of my heart. And as always, I wish you all a lot of love and a lot of light. Thank you. Bye.